What down, YouTube? Welcome back to Logic's Lens Gaming. Today, we're going to look through the lens of Sony and their anti-consumerism. Before the video begins, I have to make a disclaimer. I did have a wrong choice of words and made a mistake in what I said in this video, where I said Sony charged $70 for 2K, although 2K charged $70 for 2K. It wasn't Sony's plan to charge $70 for 2K. 2K was just the first ones to announce it, and my reasoning behind saying that at first is because it was the first game, and Sony still followed suit by being the first to make their game $70, to make their stepping out and saying, yes, all of our exclusives are going to be $70. So that's where my train of thought came from. Just wanted to clear that up before we get started. First, we're going to kick it off with what y'all know my favorite topic is, $70 games. They were the first ones to start this bullshit. They kicked it, they kicked it off with 2K, a game that they fucking need to just give you a yearly update patch or whatever to keep that game running and up to date. There's no logical reason under the sun that game needs to be quote unquote remade every year with updated tattoos, hairstyles, and shoes and shit like that. Y'all releasing the same game. That game can be patched every year, and maybe you could put a small fee on that. Get your money, but don't be unethical about it. Charging that type of game, charging $70. Get the fuck out of here. That's the first thing they did, and we've already we got to deal with it now. Xbox said, "Oh, they did it, so we can do it too." Second thing, I don't know if anybody remembers, forgot, or whatever, but they definitely gave us the okie doke with Horizon Forbidden West and its upgrade path. I'm going to read this small excerpt from Video Games Chronicle, and then I'll go more in depth of how I feel about everything. To recap, Sony announced Horizon Forbidden West for PS5 in June 2020 before confirming a PS4 version 3 months later. Speaking to the Washington Post at the time of the PS4 version's reveal, SIE CEO Jim Ryan said, "No one should be disappointed about cross-gen game announcements. The PS5 versions of those games are built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5 feature set, and we have an upgrade path for PS4 users to get the PS5 versions for free," he said. It's about people having choice. I'm really quite pleased about the situation. However, a year later, when detailing Horizon Forbidden West's various editions, Sony said that dual entitlement does not apply to the standard and special editions of the game, meaning players would only get a free upgrade if they purchased more expensive versions. Given Ryan's earlier statements, the news was poorly received by players, and a couple of days later, Sony U turned on plans not to offer free PS5 upgrades to users who purchased the PS4 standard edition of Horizon Forbidden West. But it would be the last PS4 game to offer a free PS5 upgrade path, Ryan added, with all future cross-gen party titles including God of War Ragnarok and Gran Turismo 7 set to carry a $10 upgrade fee. I'm just trying to figure out how we let them get away with this bullshit. Time and time again, they say, fuck y'all, we're going to do what we want, even though we said one thing, and y'all just going to have to deal with it. Like, you literally told us we can get the game, and no one should be disappointed, and we should all be happy with being able to upgrade the goddamn game. And you turn around like, oh, nah, bro, up that 10 real quick for me. And not only that, to top it off is, after that, y'all gonna have to keep running me my extra 10 because y'all not getting these 60 frames per second for nothing. Y'all gonna pay that extra fee for it. I don't give a fuck. I just think that cross-gen games, under no circle, if y'all really gonna try to justify $70, cross-gen games should not fall in that category, because unless you literally are making two versions of the game. I know I had that experience when I went from PS3 to PS4 and I was playing WWE 2K. They had game modes on there that wasn't on the PS3 version, and it looked like a totally different game. The game menu was far more improved. It just felt like a different game. But stuff like Horizon, God of War, which I finally got my hands on and playing now, they just look better, and it does not change the experience that you're having in the game. And until that happens, Like, you can't play Ratchet and Clank. You can't even fathom that game being on PS4, Rift Apart. You can't fathom it. So until that's the situation, charging more for better graphics and slightly better performance is just, you can't justify it if you ask me. Y'all got to make the game work for the base console that is going to be on and work in a way that's adequate enough to put out the product. And with that being said, it's not enough to just have a prettier coat of paint. Third thing that bothers me that doesn't affect me is the PlayStation VR 2. I don't really give a shit about it. I still want an Oculus, and that's what I'm sticking to. I don't really care. I don't even want that bad. I'm not gonna get it. Don't have the current VR, not getting VR 2. But for that to be a peripheral for the console, to then not have any of the maybe 40 games tops for PSVR, not play on the VR2. Are you kidding me? And then look at this shit excuse. I'm going to read this from .esports. Unfortunately, the PlayStation VR will not have backward compatibility and will take a whole different approach from the original PSVR. Hideaki Nishino, the senior vice president at Sony Interactive Entertainment, said in an episode of the official PlayStation podcast. There, he added the various features that the new PlayStation VR 2 would have, and that it would be a next-generation VR experience. PSVR games are not compatible with PSVR 2 because PSVR 2 is designed to deliver a truly next-generation VR experience, Nishino said. PSVR 2 has much more advanced features like all new controllers with haptic feedback and adaptive triggers and inside-out tracking, eye tracking in the headset, and 3D audio all coming together, of course. This means developing PSVR 2 requires a whole different approach from the original PSVR. Y'all know what I read? Yeah, we just kind of gotta make the most money we possibly can, and we don't really care if you can't play any of those games you already bought 2 years ago on this new console. We don't really care. Everything that he said in that explanation doesn't sound any different than going from PlayStation to PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. All of those were at least able to play the generation before on it. Yes, they kind of screwed us a little bit with the PS3, but there were some PS3s that actually had backwards compatibility. You know, they started in that route and it was possible. I'm tired of them acting like this is just, it's just wait, we're going to give you this whole new experience you've never had before. And acting like it's just so much work for you to play the last PSVR games. I don't care about haptic feedback, that's on the DualSense. I don't care about adaptive triggers, that's on the DualSense. I don't care about eye tracking because if the developers are not making the game to have anything to do with the eye tracking, then it's not going to get used. I can guarantee you that all of these features PSVR 2 have, the developers aren't going to necessarily need to use every single one of those features. And even if they did, that all they would do is not be in use if you wanted to use a VR game. Like, there's no way you can convince me otherwise. Yes, I don't make video games, but this is nothing. Y'all track record precedes you, goddammit. Next on this big plate of bullshit is Sony being so scared of Call of Duty possibly going to be a Microsoft exclusive game. First of all, they promised 10 years of Sony getting Call of Duty. And I don't even think that's to say they will completely cease after that. And I think it's fair to say that who knows if Call of Duty will be in existence in the next 10 years. People may not fuck with Call of Duty maybe 4 years from now. Maybe there'll be a new IP that takes over and Call of Duty goes into the Medal of Honor bag. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years, that's a whole nother console. Well, hopefully, shit, unless y'all do the whole GTA 5 thing on us with the console again, which I wouldn't be mad if y'all, you know what I'm saying, use it to its full capabilities, you feel me? But there's no way on earth that you're crying after they promised 10 years off of one game. Sony, you guys have been doing great with your exclusives. Keep that up. Start delving into more multiplayers. Try to stay competitive. Your problem with all this shit is you don't want to be competitive, and it's all showing all in your motherfucking green-eyed faces that you just don't want to try to do some shit because it may fail, which is perfectly fine. Like, fail the shit out of this game. But damn it, this...
No, Microsoft, you can't take Call of Duty. We're gonna lose a lot of our player base.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all bring back fucking Resistance. I love the hell out of that online, but y'all said, no, fuck that. Come on, man. Like, stop playing with me, Joe. And last, but certainly not least, the secret that got out that everybody knew and was not a secret, that Sony is paying for developers to have, they're paying these studios to have exclusive rights to certain IPs. Who the fuck didn't know that? How else would that be happening? I don't know. Now Microsoft is crying out because they might not get their deal to go through, so they're trying to point the finger at Sony as if this is new information to them. So I'm going to read y'all this article from GameRant.com real quick. Microsoft has claimed that Final Fantasy 16 and Silent Hill 2, among other games, have been blocked from release on Xbox platforms due to Sony exclusivity deals. Both Final Fantasy 16 and Silent Hill 2 have had their PlayStation exclusivity announced publicly. However, explicitly blocking Xbox support as part of the deal, and the duration of the blockage provides further context to the situation. Needless to say, there are going to be some disappointed Xbox players due to the news. The topic is being discussed due to the ongoing process surrounding Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The Federal Trade Commission of the United States has indicated it's endeavoring to block the acquisition, leading Microsoft to take a much more hostile approach to the situation and to Sony, which has lobbied internationally to block the purchase. Microsoft is currently in the process of a review with the United Kingdom CMA as well, and has discussed the status of many exclusive games as part of his filings. So basically, Microsoft got their back against the wall because of the FTC. Like, I don't know about this deal, y'all. It might be a little bit too much for y'all to handle and for us to handle. So I don't know. So they're like,
well, Sony, they keep getting exclusive games too. So we want to be able to get our exclusives too.
Yeah, but Sony ain't buying up the whole studio. They just buying games, you know.
But please though, they've been doing it to us for the longest, so we want to do it too.
Bro, just do what they doing. Y'all got the bread. Microsoft has the bread. But this ain't about Microsoft today. It's about Sony, and I only brought this one up because they're crying about one game while they've made all these deals with all these other studios to have their games be exclusive to them. Keep doing that. It's working. Shit, if it works for y'all, if it's been working, keep letting it work. Stop crying about Call of Duty. Stop crying about them buying up all these studios, because y'all was doing it too, and nobody said shit to y'all, but y'all just thought, what, because it wasn't Call of Duty, it doesn't matter? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I just want us to stop letting all of this shit slide. This ain't no bitch channel. No, not like that type of bitch. I mean, like, I'm not here just to bitch all day. But we really got to get to take some steps, some serious steps to have these companies, you know what I'm saying, get more consumer friendly. Put your consumer first. Like, don't y'all remember when Xbox Live tried to announce that they was increasing their prices, and them niggas was like, fuck you, and now they reneged that shit in days. They reneged it in days. So it's like, we got the more power than we like to give ourselves credit for, and this Sony just needs to stop playing in their asses and get it together and stop acting like they're gonna go under if A, charge $60 for games, or B, or if Microsoft gets Call of Duty, or C, give us free upgrades from PS4 to PS5. It's hard to justify people getting PS5s when y'all not even making games exclusive for it like that. So get your shit together and everything will fall in place, because that's exactly what happened with y'all for PS4. I'm out of here. Make sure y'all leave a like, make sure you subscribe, get in the comments so we can talk. If you agree, if you disagree, we can still have a conversation, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.